So let's talk about the rail strike then, and it's over all the front pages today, Emily. What's your take on this? You go to The Guardian.
Yeah, so The Guardian are sort of laying the blame at the foot of the government for refusing to take part in what they call last-ditch efforts to halt the rail strikes. And, you know, it's a strong line. People might agree that the government should sit down and negotiate with these unions. The government is saying, though, that it's not for ministers to sit down in those negotiations. It's for Network Rail, which, of course, is actually government-funded. My view is that ministers are probably right not to sit down because you're giving a lot of power to unions. Yesterday, I was talking to Stephen Pound, who's a former Labour MP, who said the RMT are known for being particularly vicious and quite bullying and not open to negotiations. So to me, it seems like negotiation in this case may well mean accepting all of their wants and desires. And what we've got to remember is that revenue in the trains, revenue in the railways is still 80% what it was before the pandemic. Meanwhile, costs have risen. So I think there needs to be a little bit of self-awareness from some of these union chiefs and these union members that actually is pretty difficult for everyone at the moment. And you were talking about hospitality. They're saying that hospitality could be hit, £1 billion. I mean, that's a huge amount. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had events cancelled this week. They're going to be postponed or just cancelled forever. So that's so much money that we're losing.
What are the other options then? If it isn't strike action, negotiations aren't gaining that traction.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because most people in this country can't just say that they're not going to turn up to work, can't threaten their employers in that way.
But this group can.
This group can, but I just worry that what they're asking for is just far too much at this time. There just isn't the money to afford this. And I don't know what the government should do. They could bring in what other countries in Europe have, where they have minimum service obligations. They could go the whole hog and ban strikes. I don't think I'm pro that. I think that these unions do have a right to strike. But I think perhaps there should be a little bit more introspection, a little bit more self-awareness at this time, because inflation is hitting everyone.